Good morning and very welcome you all in today's special webinar of Project Inclusive. Sri Aurobindo Society organizing this webinar in collaboration with East Khasils, Meghalaya. In today's webinar, we have as chief guest Srimati M. Lingwa, District Project Coordinator, RMSA, and DSEO East Khasil, Meghalaya. And as a special guest, we have Srimati Cordelia B. Renja, District Inclusive Education Coordinator, East Khasi Hills, Meghalaya. And also we have Dr. Simi Mahajan, ma'am, Head of Project Inclusion Program, Sri Aurobindo Society, Nai Delhi. We very warm welcome to our guests in today's session. Today's webinar is based on creating inclusive education in our schools, in our society. A single teacher will able to know how to cater our NDD or CWSN student within our school. Every teacher, not only a special educator, but every teacher will be able to cater NDD student within the school. So our discussion of today's program is how to identify the students having different learning needs, what strategies we should have to use in our classroom so we can create an inclusive education in our school. So now we request our chief guest, Srimati M. Lingwa, District Project Coordinator, ma'am. If you listening to me, please unmute yourself, please on your mic and share your kind thought within the session so we can start our session today.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to all the participants of today's project inclusion orientation for heads of institutions and teachers in schools under East Khasi Hills District. Dr. Simi Mahajan, Head of Project Inclusion, Sri Aurobindo Society, New Delhi, Srimati Cordelia B. Ranja, District IE Coordinator. We are privileged that the State Project Office, in consultation with Rupantar Sri Aurobindo Society, has scheduled this orientation program for the district today in order to achieve maximum sensitization and uplift the coverage of inclusive education, not only in the district, but in the entire state as well. So inclusive education is creating a classroom where all students can get the same learning experiences in spite of their abilities or disabilities without the help of a specialist. So the Education Department of Meghalaya has included this program called Inclusive Education for Disabled Students at Secondary Stage, IEDSS under RMSA. So the services offered under IEDSSR, orientation and sensitization for regular teachers in all schools having secondary section in the district on inclusive education, to encourage partnership work between the regular teachers and the special educators in improving the performances of the students with education needs, SEN, in the classroom, to make all the stakeholders aware on the disabled friendly approach of the Meghalaya Board of School Education and various provisions like special mathematics and overlooking of spellings and writing mistakes during evaluation. And lastly, to give awareness on various schemes available in our state government agencies. So inclusive education, I feel, in East Khasi Hills is possible only when a circle of support, that is family, friends, teachers, and the community, come and work together in order to overcome the mental and attitudinal barriers in the heads and hearts, especially of such students in particular. So we are hopeful that in the near future, inclusive education will be successful, not only in terms of quantity, but as well as in terms of quality and equality. So we look forward to a fruitful orientation session so that our goal can be achieved. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words. So now we invite Srimati Cordelia R. Ranja, ma'am, District Inclusive Education Coordinator, East Khasi Hills, Meghalaya. Ma'am, we request you to kindly switch on your mobile camera on mic and share your kind thoughts within the session. I hope ma'am is not available right now. So now we invite Dr. Simi Mahajan, ma'am, from Project Inclusion, Head of Project Inclusion Program, Shervendo Society in New Delhi. Welcome, ma'am. We request you to share your kind thought about to Project Inclusion and start the session now.
Good morning, everyone. On the behalf of Aurobindo Society, I welcome all of you in today's session, and we are very, very excited to start work with Meghalaya. And I could see the such a proactive response from the whole department, education department towards this. So this is very, very overwhelming for us. So, and as a project inclusion, this is the program which has taken the responsibility of creating awareness among teachers regarding various learning difficulties they find out in children during the classroom, and to identify what are the, because if the difficulties are why I'm saying that difficulties are various, there every child has a different learning need also. So how a teacher can identify a difficulty in the classroom, and then understanding the learning need of a child, she is giving right remedial intervention which is required. So this is what we have been really working on. And ma'am said beautifully that there is a circle of people which needs to be together if we want to work with children with disabilities, like all the stakeholders, whether parents, teachers, special educators, and the officers, everybody has to come together on same platform. Only then we can actually achieve the dream of inclusive education, what we actually want, what inclusive education is. So my request to all the teachers who are present in this session is that listen to the resource person carefully. Don't hesitate to ask any doubt or any question, because you need to be very clear upon, though once you will enter into the course, you will be supported throughout your course also through with our team. So make sure that you are attending the orientation very well, and orientation will actually help you in understanding how you can enter, register yourself, and how the course will be available to you, and how you can do that course. And I'm sure if we are going with this intent, we will be completing all the three phases of project inclusion. First is sensitization and awareness, and second is you will be with, after completing the course, you will get the screening tool within the app, so that which will help you in screening the child, because after the course only you will be able to realize that okay, these, I think this child in my classroom, now I can see that what kind of a disability maybe he or she is having. So let me use my screening tool to understand better about the child. And third part is that we will be giving more interventions and more solutions to work with children. So any child, when you're going to screen, you will get more help in the third phase also. So if we complete the all three cycles, I think in future teachers, you don't, then you will not be needing any training, anything in future, then you will be perfect in handling these children. And our state resource group teachers and special educators, actually they will be able to help you in a better way once you will also be on the same thinking platform. With that, I just want that, just please attend our session. And again, many thanks to the East Khasi district uh, for giving us an opportunity, and the whole Meghalaya State Education Department. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am, for your kind guidance about the program. So now we request Mr. Saransh, who is a senior trainer on special education, who will discuss more in detail about project inclusion. So now, welcome, Mr. Sharanji. We request you to kindly join the session, kindly on yourself and discuss more about project inclusion.
Thank you, Vijay
Over to
sir.
you, Mr. Saraji.
Thank you so much, Vijay sir. Good morning, respected education officers and teachers. Today, I'm Saransh from Sri Aurobindo Society. Will be taking the webinar ahead. If we talk about this project, this is a very interesting topic on which we will be discussing today. This project is based on learning difficulties. You might have seen students in your classes or in your respected schools, the students who are having some difficulties in learning or writing. They are not doing great academically. Maybe they have not strong base, or they have a very loose or very weak base. Moreover, these students might be are suffering from some other problems, or they have some difficulties in learning things. On this topic we will be discussing today. Respected teachers and education officers, I request you all, if you have some doubt regarding any of the topic which we will be discussing today in this webinar, you can jot it down in your respective notebooks. And at the end of this webinar, we will be definitely discussing the doubts, and I will be making sure that I will be clearing your doubts individually. So I really want to show some of the figures, and I want to screen some of the figures in front of your respective mobile phones. A report has been shared. It was shared by UNESCO and Tata Institute of Social Sciences. The name of the report was State of the Education Report for India. It got shared in the year 2019. According to UNESCO, India is home to 8 million children with disability. Right? We have 80 lakh children in our country who are disabled, who are categorized as CWSN students. Among these 80 lakh people, 45% of the children, they are disabled, along with they are illiterate. They don't got any opportunity in their life to get education, and they are disabled with zero literacy. If I talk about some of the census of 2011, so we have total number of special schools pan India is 2500. If we talk about special educators are resource persons who are registered by RCI. So their quantity is 1,20,000 plus. But if we really talk about CWSN children, they are 80 lakh in number. Here, I would like to ask a question to you all, respected teachers and education officers. If we talk about 80 lakh CWSN people, students in pan India, so is it possible to cater 80 lakh CWSN students in just 2,500 schools? Is it practically possible? If you think this is practically possible, you can write why in the chat box, or even you can unmute and you can share your views with us, respected teachers and education officers. Is it possible?
No,
If
it's
you
not
see,
possible.
yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your kind response. If we see practically, it is not possible at all. Why it's not possible? Because of the huge gap. The gap is huge. But in this webinar, we won't be talking about the gaps. We, moreover, talk about the probable solutions which need to be considered, which need to be taken into action and accepted if we really want to move on this gap, we really want to bridge up this gap, and we will be giving ample of opportunities to CWSN students so they can get education in their respective life. They can be educated. I want to share one of the probable solution with you all, and I will be discussing about RPWD Act 2016. RPWD Act means Right of People with Disability. The full form of RPWD is Right of People with Disability. This act came into consideration in the year 2016. This act says now we have to create a system, or in it is a we need to create an education system in which a normal, a regular child and a CWSN child with will be studying together under same roof in a same atmosphere, so they don't feel any difficulty while coordinating with each other. Respect details. If I talk about RPWD Act is one of an important, very important probable solution with help of which we can bridge up the gap which we have already discussed in this webinar. RPWD Act will definitely support Teacher of India in controlling the dropout ratio and minimizing it at their school level. Moreover, RPWD Act will be encouraging students, especially CWS, and I'm talking about especially and specifically, so they can they can intake the higher education in their respected lives. Respected teachers, let's see what's there in NEP 2020. If I talk about NEP 2020, so there are few points which give benefits to CWSN students. Let's have a glance over highlights of National Education Policy 2020. NEP says now every teacher of this country has to be aware regarding inclusion, because as a teacher, if we want to identify and know the needs of a child in a better way, we need to get awareness. Second point on which particular policy emphasizes on is that now we will be evaluating CWSN as per their ability and as per their capacity. We will be framing the examination pattern as per the capability and the ability of CWSN child. The third point is the very important point, most important point, which has been enlisted by NEP 2020, that the curriculum has to be flexible. The curriculum has to be made as per the ability of a child, so we can make him learn as per his ability and capability. I'm specifically talking about CWSN child. Now we need to motivate CWSN child so that they can use assistive devices like calculator and tablet, which will make and simplify the process of intaking education for CWSN category student. So respected teachers, these are the few important points which has to be considered and which are beneficial for CWSN child as per NEP 2020. Respected teachers, I have shared a picture with you all, which is visible in your mobile screens. So if you observe this picture, you will be seeing a teacher, and some of the students have been depicted in the form of animals in front of you all. In this picture, the teacher is trying to take an exam of these respected students who have been depicted in the form of animals. And the exam is the student who will be climbing up the corner tree will be declared as pass. The student who won't be able to climb up the corner tree will be declared as fail. So on the basis of your observation, I would like to know from you all respected teachers and education officers, what you think, which student will be passing up this exam and which student won't be able to clear this particular exam today. Any responses? Respected teachers, you can respond with the help of chat box, or even you can unmute yourself and you can respond for the particular question. Respected teachers and education officers. Okay.
Saran
If
sir,
you
good
see
morning.
the good morning, sir.
Hi, dear educators and all the participants, very good morning to you all. And it's just a request from my side to show your participation so that Saran sir will not get bored and will get some more excitement in the training session, right? If you keep quiet, that means Saran sir will think he is talking to himself, right? So let us just participate in the session. Thank you. Saran sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay, I have a response which has been given by one of the teacher in the chat box. Monkey will able to not the fish, and Neela, mom is saying monkey. Okay, respect teachers and officers. If we talk about the very first student who has been depicted in the form of a bird, so the bird is getting through the task. He or it will be flying up the tree. The second one, monkey. Monkey will be climbing up the tree. If we talk about penguin, penguin won't be able to climb, but penguin has a very unique capability and ability to run very fast. He runs at a very fast speed. If we talk about elephant, elephant won't be able to climb, but definitely it will be destroying the tree, getting a chance. Elephant is so strong in its own field. If you talk about dog, dog will try hard to get up the tree, but ultimately it will be getting fail. So, respected teachers, I really want to ask you a simple question here. These students who are failed in this exam, who are not able to climb up the tree, would you think they won't be do anything in their life? Their life will be stopped at this particular moment, or they won't be able to perform or do anything in their life. If you do agree, please write why in the chat box. If you doesn't agree, you can stick up with your answers. Respected education officers and teachers, what do you say?
Uh, since the teachers are keeping silent, but I hope you respond in the chat box. And teachers, kindly also unmute yourself and give your responses. And as on my part, actually, what I feel is that consider the elephant, say, who will not be able. He's the heaviest and will not be able to climb the tree. Does not mean that he is a useless animal, so to say. But we all know the capability of the elephant, what he can do, whatever he has, whatever weight he has to move around, that will be done so by the elephant. So in the same way, our students, we should not be we should not assess or judge them at par with the other students, even those who are very slow, say, in learning. But we have to tap on whatever other capabilities that are in them, so that we ensure that their life, as I have said, is not stopped. It does not mean it has stopped. So that is my opinion.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for your kind words, and you have explained it in a very beautiful way. Thank you so much, ma'am. I have a response from one of the teachers. They will be able to perform as per their capability, right? Especially teachers, every child who is sitting in a class is unique. He or she has his or her own unique capabilities and abilities. As a teacher, we really need to identify those capabilities and abilities of a child who is sitting in a class, and we need to encourage them so they can get success as per their abilities and capabilities. Respected teachers, if I talk about integrated approach, I want to discuss this approach in front of you all. In integrated approach, all the inclusive schools, they opened they opened the doors for the CWSN children as per the zero rejection policy. But there was some limitations in the system. There were some goof ups or loopholes in the system or the schools. Teachers were not trained. Teachers were not aware. They were not knowing the techniques about teaching a CWSN child along with a regular child in the same classroom. Moreover, the curriculum was not flexible. The quantity of special educators were very less in the school. In fact, they were at the minimum side. Though teachers tried hard, as they always put up their hard work and effort, and same effort was put it with these CWSN children. But the experiences of teachers with CWSN children were like, they people not able to understand what I teach in the class. They are not able to cope up with the class, or they are different from the rest of the students who are sitting in the class. Due to lack of experiences and due to lack of training, the teacher accepted that these students would be sent to special schools. Teachers started considering this student as a problem. They thought they are problematic, they disturb the ambience of the class, and they started considering those children as a problem. Respect teachers, if we talk about integrated approach, changes were made, but changes were not that much appropriate. Here, we more changes need to be done, and more work have to be done with the students, especially CWSN at the ground level. So, in order to make more changes, now inclusive education was introduced. If I talk about inclusive education, inclusive education was introduced with lot of changes. The curriculum was made flexible. It was seen and it was discussed how these CWSN children were be taught. You know, teachers started working on different pedagogies. More special educators were appointed at the ground level in all the schools. Many camps were organized and workshops were organized by the government for inclusion. If I talk about inclusion respect teachers, I'm pretty much sure that you also have taken a training or undergone a training in past few days, which has been organized by the respected government department. If I talk about inclusion, inclusion is also working in the same direction. Project Inclusion has a course which has been designed with all these designed parameters. Respect teachers, when teachers are sensitized and teachers are made aware, they work really very well with the CWSN children at the ground level. Whenever teachers connect to in our session, now they have their own views regarding these CWSN children, and they are as CWSN have their own talent. Using child-centered approach make child understand the concept better. Now school has adapted zero rejection policy. They can't say no to any student particular of this country. The curriculum has to be flexible, and with the help of professional, child can perform better. Respect teachers. Now inclusion will be coming to India, but I think inclusion can only come with the help of your support. If you want support, it is very difficult to bring inclusion at the country level. Whenever we talk about a change, we say the changes start from bottom to top. It goes from bottom to top. Respect teachers, change firstly comes at the family level, then it goes to the second level, that is school level, and third, it hits the community level. But if we talk about our country, parent community is not at all aware about inclusion. They don't have any clue about the inclusion. Moreover, the parent doesn't know that their own child has a learning disability, or he or she is suffering from or undergoing some of the learning difficulty or disability kind of. At this point, the role of a teacher becomes more important, because you are the one who are a wearing parent at every step. Respect teacher, you are the one who are participating in different trainings every day. You are the one who are understanding the changing policy and getting them implemented at the ground level. You are the one who are working really very hard with the students at the ground level, and else if you are assigned with some of the administrative tasks, you all are doing it brilliantly and professionally. I really want to salute you all for this mind-blowing job, respected teachers and education officers. But without your support, we can't achieve or we can't get inclusion in our country. Respect teachers, if we really want to make our country stronger, we really want to work upon the human resource of the country. We can make it more stronger by giving education to each and every child of our country. So I hope you will be there to support us in bringing up the inclusion. Respect teachers, here I really want to ask you a question. That is a very simple question. When a CWSN category child will be studying with a regular child under the same roof, will it be beneficial for him or her? If you say it will definitely beneficial for a CWSN child, then please write why in the chat box, else you can go with no also, as per your answer. Respect teachers, what do you think? When a CWSN child will study with a regular child in a same school under a same roof, will he will be getting some benefits out of it? What do you say, respect teachers? You can even unmute yourself and you can. They will benefit. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Such a prompt response from your side. Thank you. Definitely, CWSN will get benefits. I want to highlight some of the benefits in front of you all, respected teachers and education officers. If I talk about CWSN, definitely they will consider them as a part of this society, and definitely this will further help them out in boosting up their confidence. First point. If I tell second benefit, so they can learn new skills through intimation. Third point, they will be getting ample of opportunities now because they will be getting admission and enrollment in a nearby school as per the zero rejection policy. Respected teachers, these are the few benefits which a CWSN will be getting while studying with the regular student. So, if I talk about a regular student, if a regular student will be studying with a CWSN under a one roof in a same school, inclusive school, so will he be getting any benefit out of it, respected teachers? If you think now a regular student will also get a benefit out of it, so please write why in the chat box, else you can stick with your answer. That would be no, as per your convenience. What do you say, respected teachers? Regular student will get a benefit while studying with the CWSN child in a same school, in a same classroom, in a same atmosphere? Yes. Respected teachers, a regular student can develop positive attitude towards those CWSN students. Definitely, thank you, ma'am. Thanks for your prompt response again. They may serve as peer tutor during instruction activities, and a regular child will be getting a chance to make a special buddy with whom he will be sharing his or her lunch, spending a quality time with him or her in the school bus or the school playground. Respected teachers, I really want to share some of the Indian stories with you all. First story is about Aditya Verma. Aditya Verma, 25 years, he is suffering from Down syndrome. Presently, she lives in Mumbai. She is an entrepreneur. She runs her own restaurant. If I talk about Pranab Bakshi, 19 years, India's first model with autism. Ansh Batra, only 14 years. Ansh Batra is an artist. He is a painter. His paintings are well known at national platforms and international platforms. Respected teachers, if I talk about project, we started our organization, that is Sri Aurobindo Society, started Project Inclusion Program in the year 2016. We started this program from Ghaziabad, which is in Uttar Pradesh. We started sensitizing teacher at the ground level through 4 days physical classes, tangible classes. From 2016 to 2020, we have covered 14 states and UTs. We have trained almost 20,000 plus teachers. And these trained 20,000 plus teachers, when they started working with the student, they shared a data of 18,000 students with us. The data were of the students who were screened with the suspected NDD cases. Our organization, along with Government of India, started working on an individual student, and we came to a conclusion after doing psychometric assessment of each student that 6,600 students out of 18,000 plus students were confirmed NDT cases. Respect teachers, we started this training at the ground level in 14 states and UTs. But we came to the conclusion that many of the teachers were not aware about inclusion. So we started taking the pre-assessment test of each and every teacher. We covered different states and corner of the country, right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and Gujarat to Bengal. After taking pre-assessment, we came to know that only 1% teacher of the country were aware about inclusion. We started sensitizing teachers, we started training teachers, and after giving training, we did a post assessment with all the teachers. The result of post assessment was very positive because we were able to convert 1% to 48%. This was an achievement for our organization. Respect teachers, with proud, I really want to express that 76% of teachers were identified student correctly as confirmed cases of NDT. This was one of the major achievements for our organization. Respect teachers, if we talk about March 2020, we were working physically at ground level with teachers till March 2020. But as you know, after March 2020, there was a lockdown pan India because of Corona. We were not able to reach out teachers physically, but we saw an opportunity to develop our course at a big level and at a digital level. So we started developing our course at a digital level. And if I talk about the current scenario, our application, our course has been fully developed. Respect teachers, if I talk about my course, it is free of cost. You don't have to give a single penny for it. You just have to install a application which can be easily installed by clicking on the link which has been shared with you all in the chat box. Respect teachers, we have developed our application at a digital level. Let me differentiate between a digital level and an online platform thing. If I talk about online platform, so we have requested you all to join today's webinar at 11 today. So this is a time bound kind of thing. This is time specific in nature. The platform which has a specific time limit is considered as online platform, but a platform which doesn't have any time specification is considered as digital platform. For an example, I hope you all use YouTube. You use YouTube with your own comfort. That is digital platform. Respect teachers, you can access our application at any time. You can give half an hour to our application. You can see within 12 to 15 odd days you will be completing up our course. Respect teachers, I really want to share some of the experiences of the teachers who have already done this course with us. When they started up with this course, they have developed such an interest on the content. They completed the course in just 5 to 6 odd days. So if you love reading or if you love studying before going to sleep, you can go through our course. If you love reading while traveling, you can go through our courses. Respect teachers, our course has been segregated into 3 phases. As it was rightly said by Simi Mahajan ma'am at the starting, the first phase is sensitization. In this particular phase, we we are awareing teacher regarding the course. We are making them understand the course. Teachers are aware about inclusion, and we are helping them out with the different pedagogies which can be accepted and implemented in order to teach the CWSN children. After the completion of phase one, we will be moving to phase two. The phase two is screening. For screening of the child, You don't need to maintain any kind of document. Respect teachers, you don't have to make or maintain any type of document. You just have to download and install our application. Once you install our application, you just need to give some answers in the form of yes and no in order to screen the child. And moreover, you will be providing up with this screening tool, which is available in the application itself. Respect teachers, after the completion of phase 2, we will be moving ahead to the phase 3. In this particular phase, we are supporting teacher, and teacher will be working with the student at the ground level. In this particular phase, IEP will be implemented, and we will be teaching UDL approach to every teacher so that they would be able to clear all the doubts or concept among the CWS in category children. Respect teachers, if I talk about our course, the name of our course is Project Inclusion Learning Management System. We have segregated our course into 17 modules. If I talk about these 17 modules, you will be seeing some animated videos while going through these modules. When you will be undergoing the course, you will be going through the course, you will be developing your knowledge regarding ADHD, underachiever, autism, and other child difficulties. Our course has been launched presently in two languages. The first is Hindi and second is English. But in some days, we are launching our languages in 7 regional languages, considering Punjabi, Gujarati, Marathi, Tamil, and etc. If I talk about the structure of the course, when you will be starting up with the course as paid teachers, you will be going through uh, the assessment. After the pre-assessment, you will be watching a animated video. After completing the video, you will be going through the uh, data which has been shown, and after it you will be going through the final assessment, or we call it as a individual module assessment. Respect teachers, you will be getting certificates, and I really want to emphasize on the criteria of the certificate. As I have already told you that our course has been segregated into 17 modules. Whenever you will be completing the first module and you will be scoring more than 60%, a e-certificate will be generated automatically in the application. You can easily download it, print it, frame it, and you can further share it with the community. If I talk about the final assessment, after the completion of final assessment, if you score less than 75, then also you will be recognized with the e-certificate. But if your score is above 75%, then here you will be recognized with a special certificate that is known as Achievers Certificate. Few days back, our organization organized an event in Pondicherry. In this particular event, we those people who have scored more than 75% in the final assessment, and they have been recognized by Governor Sahiba of Pondicherry with Achiever Certificate. So these type of events we are organizing frequently, in which we acknowledge teachers by higher dignitary or authorities. Respect teachers, if you are starting up the course and you face any kind of difficulty while using the application or going through the modules, you can connect us twice in a week in our online doubt clearing session, which is getting organized on every Wednesday and Friday. To get connected, a link would be shared with you all in the WhatsApp group in which you all are connected with us. You can keep your doubts in front of our special educators and psychologists, and they will definitely helping you out with your doubts. Great teachers, they are organizing, we are organizing this online doubt clearing session twice a week, Wednesday and Friday. Well, teachers, if we talk about application, once you install it, you can start the application with the help of the Facebook while registering it through Facebook or your official Gmail ID. You will be signing in as a teacher, so you need to select teachers option. If you need to proceed with English as a language, you can select English, else you can start with Hindi and you can launch the course very easily. If I talk about uh, the written, it is not mandatory to read it. You can skip it at it as it is optional to visualize the written part. But it is mandatory to see the animated video, respect teachers, and I'm sharing a sample of animated video with you all.
Inclusive education, introduction, understanding the past. Each victory gained over oneself means new strength to gain more victories, says the great Guru Sri Aurobindo. With this quote, he preaches us all to overcome our weaknesses and push ourselves over the limits of personal boundaries. We, as educators, should always try to guide our students in a way such that they will see no hindrance limiting their sphere of opportunity. With this thought in mind, let's begin with the session to understand the concept of inclusive education for the children with disabilities. In this series of videos, we will understand the meaning of inclusive education, how it benefits a child with or without disability, the family, the community, and all the professionals dealing with the child, and the competencies that an inclusive school teacher should develop. Okay, let's begin by getting introduced to the concept of inclusive education. Historically, people with disabilities were often placed in hospitals, asylums, or other institutions that provided little education. That is, they were excluded from the society. But at the dawn of the 18th century, this scene changed with the introduction of special education. The special education services was provided in segregated settings, also known as special schools. And do you know what special schools are? Well, there was a common misconception that these children needed a separate functional or adapted curriculum. Moreover, special schools admitted only the kids with a specific disability and not the ones with other disabilities. Slowly, this segregated setting saw a change with the introduction of integrated education. And what does integrated education mean? Integrated education shifted the placement of the children with special needs from segregated special schools to regular schools. However, this change was limited as the education for the children with special needs was only shifted to integrated schools without any curricular adaptation or modification as required for the children with special needs. These limitations, segregations, and integration led to discussions amongst the specialists across the globe, leading to the emergence of a new concept called inclusive education. So, what's meant by inclusive education? This concept involves including the children with disabilities into regular schools by setting up teaching experiences adapted to all children, thus expanding the probability of equal participation to enjoy social interaction, equal opportunities without discrimination, equal rights to get full acceptance in the society. With changing times, the aim of inclusive education also modified, currently stating it to be a school for everyone with zero rejection policy. Now that we know a little about inclusive education, let's continue learning about it in detail in our next video.
So, teachers, this was a small animated video which you would be seeing after going through the course. I have shared a QR code. I request everyone, if you want to install our application, you can switch on the camera, scan the QR code, and our application would be uh, automatically getting downloaded in your respected mobiles. Respected teachers, once you install and download our application, then how you would be able to use it, I really want to show a video on this particular process. So once you install the application, you need to open it. The application would be getting opened. Select the language. If you're comfortable with the English, select English, else select Hindi. You are teachers and you are joining as a teacher, so you have to click on teacher. You need to provide up with your mobile number, which will be knowing as registered mobile number. You have to select a password that you have to memorize, because next time you will be accessing with the help of the same password. Click on curriculum, respect teachers. Once you click on curriculum, you need to launch the course. You have to click on the launch course option. Once you will be clicking on the launch course option, after few loading, the introductory page would be getting opened. Select the introductory page, respected teachers. After selecting the introductory page, the 17 modules will be opening up and popping up in the mobile screen. The first module will be unlocked. After completing the first module, you can be able to unlock the second module, and it goes like this only. Respected teachers, by selecting first module, you need to select the subtopic. After selecting the subtopic, the very first thing would be opening would be the animated video. Animated video, it is mandatory to watch. You can't skip the video and you can't fast forward the video. After it, the written material would be getting open, but it is optional, as you can skip the same. After skipping the material, the question would be popping up in the form of MCQ pattern, and after completing the assessment, you can the individual e-certificate for the individual module completion would be getting open. So respected teachers, this was the topic on project inclusion which we have discussed today. Now I really want to invite Dr. Simi Mahajan ma'am. Ma'am, if you are listening to me, please unmute, and definitely we are expecting your kind words, ma'am. Dr. Simi Mahajan ma'am, are you with us? Ma'am, are you listening? Ma'am, okay. I think ma'am is not there. So, respect teachers, I really want to invite the chief guest of the session. Ma'am, please unmute and say the special words.
Okay, so yeah, we have had a very enriching session, and it has given us enough awareness about the attention that is needed by the children with special needs. I'm sure that most of the schools, if not all in the districts, have these children in their respective schools. So I request the heads of the institutions and the teachers as well to kindly take special care of these children. And of course, all of you are aware that there are special educators, though, like I have mentioned right at the very beginning, we have a few special educators who are supposed to cater to all the schools in the district having these children with special needs. So it also depends largely on you teachers, how you handle these students. uh, Try to bring in the inclusive education, like Sir has mentioned, and we hope that these children will have a brighter future ahead of them. And again, I take this platform to inform the teachers that you can always, if there are those kinds of children in your school, you can always inform the state office and special educators will come and visit to your schools, though they are also quite overloaded because there are only a few of them in the district which have to cater to so many schools. But then if you feel the need that they should visit the schools and assist you maybe with orientation programs, do inform the state office and coordinate with our special educators so that this will be successful in catering to the needs of our children. So once again, I thank you, Sir Rai, and I thank you all the participants in this orientation program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you. These words means a lot to us and for our organization. I request every teacher, if you have some doubt regarding this session, you without any hesitation, you can you can put your doubts through chat box, or even you can unmute yourself. Respected teachers and education officers. Respected teachers, if you have some doubts, regarding the session, you can please bring it to us without any hesitation. So as we are not getting any of the response for the doubt, I think everything is clear to the respected teachers and education officers. I really want to share one of the information again. Respected teachers, while using the app, if you face any difficulty or you face any doubt while going through the modules, you can join us, you can connect us twice a week on Wednesday and Friday in our online doubt clearing sessions. So respected teachers, we conclude today's webinar. It was pleasure having you all in this platform. Thank you so much, teachers. Thanks for your support. Thank you all. Thank you.